landing page.
Oh, right. Well, that's odd. I think we're there now. I think we're there. I think we're live. I think I'm seeing us. Are you seeing us?
No.
Well,
I will shortly. There we are.
Oh, marvellous. Okay, finally.
Of course.
Finally the gears engage.
Skittle is ensconced, as usual.
Yes, and pardon us if we sneeze our heads off. We were rudely awakened by...
Herd's Orchard spraying around 7 o'clock this morning.
Herd's
and
family...
we had our bedroom windows open.
Yes, Herd's family theme park decided to put some toxic chemicals in the atmosphere.
You can't be talking like that.
Well, you know...
But it has taken its toll on our
I think
breathing.
I'm allowed to state the truth.
Good morning, Shelley.
I think I'm allowed to state the truth. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning. How are you guys doing? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. It's a beautiful, beautiful day.
Hopefully you decide to be Anton and not Eric today.
Eric. Stop it. It's closing in on my dad's birthday. Actually.
Hi, Nessa.
Bless him.
Yes, we've both become our fathers.
It happens, doesn't it? Because you're so ridiculously patient now.
No, I have no patience, and Anton is learning to faff.
I'm
Hi, Shauna.
Please show me how I'm faffing. I'm not
Fridays we talk about... Oh, Shelley's doing well in the garden. Yes.
Oh, this is good.
We have a couple of tomatoes that are almost ripe.
We do.
Hi, Savannah. But yes, Fridays when we talk about our relationship. And we've learned now that we're near 60.
Well...
we've both become our parents.
Oh, God,
So, Anton's mom was Precious.
Oh, no, she's lovely.
She was Pisces.
Oh,
so thankfully he hasn't become his mom.
Charming, I'm sure. Charming. I am being berated. Ladies and gentlemen in Viewerland, please come to my defense.
mom passed away when I was 22, but she did instill some wonderful things.
I never met. I would have loved to.
You would have loved my mom. She was a lot like my niece Kathleen.
Oh, God,
Kathleen's cut right out of her butt, actually.
It's sharp as a...
Oh, my God. Sharp as a tack.
Oh,
hilarious wit. Amazing vocabulary. My mom was really cool. But my dad was Mr. Impatient.
Oh, tell me about it.
And I have become so impatient. Like, if I tell somebody... do this, and I think it would take me 20, 40, 60, an hour and 20 minutes.
Well,
I'll come back in 2 hours, and they're on number 2, and I'll be like, what the hell's going on here? Why can't you do this? So I've become like my dad, Mr. Impatient.
I think so.
And
I love the way you just go, oh, here you go. You sent me an email,
or you
sent me a text, and that's it. It's fixed as far as you're concerned. It's off your desk. It's onto me, and why haven't I done it already?
Exactly. Here's when it's due. You have this amount of time to do it.
Well,
just
apparently.
Get on with it, you know?
Oh, yeah, right.
But Anton has become his father, which means you have to go round your elbow to get to your butt to do anything.
Thank you.
Oh, Mom.
Thank you. Oh, so charming. So good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Erin. Good morning, Sparky. Good morning, John. Good morning, Gilda. Sorry, I couldn't get a word in edgeways there, so it's all good.
So we realize that as the older we get, we've become our parents.
You know, though,
but
I honour my ancestors. I
Me
do.
too.
I know. Honestly, they were a little frustrating at times.
Yeah.
Oh my goch, so frustrating.
Crazy.
But you gotta love them. You gotta love them. I mean, your dad. You didn't meet your dad. You experienced
him. He was Taurus. I'm telling you, my eyes are itching like crazy.
Well, you said we can't speak about
our
friends.
Our neighbors across the street, not the dead people.
No, they're all right. They're all right. The dead ones are fine. Yeah. Whatever.
Anywho.
Yeah, my eyes are burning too.
Yeah,
so it's
no.
just not
For those of you who are just tuning in, 7 o'clock this morning we woke up
before 7
to the sound of a sprayer.
6:45.
And our windows were open, so
because it was a beautiful night, lovely clean air.
It's like neither of us can breathe now.
Lovely clean air.
Yeah. Anyway.
So apparently I'm becoming my father and vicaring. So
yes.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
All right. Let's just say that the older Eric that Anton's father got, the less appropriate he was. So
I think that's the British way. Oh, come on, you talk about it. So people from New York are brutally direct.
Oh yeah.
Are they not?
Absolutely.
Are they not? There's no subtlety about them.
Nope.
This is one of these things. I mean, if New York was a star sign, it would be Aries. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
It's like, well, it's bags of smoke and straight up the middle, isn't it? It's usually, you're on the sidewalk, you're in line, you don't know what you want, get out of the way. I mean, that's the New York attitude, isn't it? Everything done now. I mean,
yesterday
we were saying, that's when you first
met the
impression
with
a lawyer in Wales was from New York.
Ma'am, when would you like this done? I said, well, I'm from New York yesterday. And he just smiled and said, well, I'm from Mid Wales, perhaps next week.
Or the week after.
And it was really funny.
But no, I don't think I'm that. I try to be very tolerant.
I know, but sometimes you take an awfully long time to get to the point.
That's British.
I understand.
That's what we do.
Yes.
We pither about.
Yes, the farm. Yeah.
We're quite obtuse. Sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
Sometimes.
A lady
Good morning,
asked,
DT Gamer. I still don't know what your first name is. Do tell us if you like.
Yeah. What, like somebody, we're too funny all about your parents this morning. Today's my mom's birthday. Oh my gosh. Well, happy birthday, Savannah's mom.
Oh, well, there you go.
In heaven or here, I don't know where she is. I imagine here, because I don't think you're that old. I don't know.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the love of our ancestors.
Absolutely.
So we do need to honour them. We absolutely do.
Oh, I'm just taking the mickey. I don't mean any harm to any of them. I appreciate that
we
they
both love them dearly.
helped us as much as they helped us, and I was happy that we were able to help them as much as we could help them.
And we were able to help them, I think. We were able to, It was nice to see him smile and I think more power to the railbow.
I think your father was more New York than British. I mean, he road rage and all kinds of things.
Road rage? It's hardly road rage. I mean, I think his problem was focusing on his driving without the constant Eric.
Oh yeah. How about the night that they decided they were going to come from Modena to the shop?
And where the hell did they wind up?
Mom never drove in this country.
Minard's Orchards. Oh yeah, but she was an authority on telling Dad where to go.
So she told him that he had to turn right onto Brookside, across from the wine place there.
TJ, is that TJ? Is that TJ? How you pronounce it? Just put it phonetically, and I'll try and get it out. TJ's cool. That's anyway. Kind of nice.
So she convinced him he had to turn at Brookside.
Uh-oh.
And he said, no, there's supposed to be a red light. I'm supposed to turn at like South Putt Corners. But he listened to her.
And where the hell did they want? We had to go rescue them, didn't we? I think.
Yeah, they ended up down by Gunk House somewhere.
Well, they were headed up that way.
Yeah.
They're up in Minard's Orchards, I think, something like that.
I don't know.
But all orchards look the same, obviously.
All right, Savannah says her mom is here and she's off having an adventure in Los Angeles with her son.
Oh, cool. How wonderful
He's
is
taking
that?
her to the place she was born, named after Santa Barbara. Oh.
Oh, how cool is that?
There you go.
How cool is that? We talk about this all the time, don't we? We're too soon old and not too late smart.
That's one of my moms.
And it's so true. We should take time to, like the wisdom of the fool card, if you will. Don't just stop and smell the roses. Pick one.
Have faith in yourself.
And just feel that immense joy and wonderment that we allow our spirits to get crushed sometimes. Just get sucked into the mundane and the stresses of trying to keep a roof over our head and food on the table and people, all this sort of stuff. It gets hard sometimes, and we forget that the purpose of life is simply to live and to actually enjoy. To enjoy, and you can find happiness pretty much everywhere if you look for it. And I think that's some of the things that in honouring my ancestors. My dad had an eternal sense of optimism.
Yeah, it was
and
always, it's all going to be all right.
It didn't matter what it was, how crappy it got. And I thank him because that's a wonderful gift that he gave me. And I have that same incredible sense of optimism, and I will look for the
I
good
think
in
that's
that
because he
situation.
survived the war.
Oh, I think that does.
He was
that
a fighter
to
pilot. And you had to convince yourself that he was a bomber, did you
Bomber
say?
pilot.
All right, well, you had to convince yourself that you were going to come back from the mission, So I think that stayed with him because he was only 19.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that probably stayed with your dad that, I'm coming back. It's going to be okay. I think survive that. I can take care of anything now,
It puts age on people awful quick, doesn't it?
Shelley says we must learn to embrace our inner child. Yes.
Oh, God, I'm never... growing up is mandatory, but I'm never going to grow up. I think growing old is mandatory, but I'm never going to grow up.
No, you like your toys. Boys like toys. The only difference is the price just keeps going up.
Well, that's true. I do like shiny kit.
Well, you're Leo. You can't help them.
Shiny kit's good. It's wonderful, isn't it? It's all that kind of stuff, But look, I think we are a product, of our upbringing, and
there's a lot to be said for environment.
We become like our parents. It's like every day, we have to go out and get our bloody orange.
Right,
now.
we
There's
forgot
always
this at the store.
At the grocery store we've got to go
settle? You're being
No,
very
she
stinky
can't
today.
settle. She can't. She doesn't. But in a way, that was something that I think they almost did it deliberately because, you know.
Yeah, they'd like
chill
go
out
to
and be
ShopRite
mobile.
for an orange, and the next day they'd go to ShopRite for a pint of cream, and the next
Something.
day, you know, it was like
Something. But you know, they supported
But it kept
one
them
another,
going,
and they
you
were
know. That was
they
their
were
outing.
good. You know, I think. In the end, I mean, my dad passed away in 2009, didn't he?
Yeah.
But, you know, they've been married 60-something years, I forget now. They went a long way.
Well, my parents got married in 1940,
Wow.
and my mom passed in 87. So they were married 47 years. And my dad drove well into his 80s.
Oh, God, he was ridiculous.
In fact...
We had to buy him a cell phone. He would go all sorts of places.
Yeah, we traded
he was
places,
just ridiculous.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he had a little pickup truck, and he traded that in for a 4-door sedan because the pickup truck didn't fit enough ladies. Because he was a dude over 80 who liked to dance and still could. Mind you, though, he was toting an oxygen tank.
Bingity, bangity,
Right?
bingity, bangity.
So he had his oxygen on and a little handle to drag his oxygen tank around, and he would still dance, only the slow belly rubbing kind because he was up there. But I think he was driving till he was like 85.
Oh, hell yeah.
And,
yeah.
And then he passed when he was 87.
Yeah, he made
So
old
he
bones.
passed in
Considering
2003.
he lived on a diet of cheese doodles, chocolate milk,
cheese doodles, and cigarettes.
cigarettes. I mean, how the
Coffee.
You know, coffee then as well.
Coffee, chocolate, cheese doodles, and cigarettes. The 4 C's, whatever.
Served him well, apparently. So,
Actually,
Gilda
you know
says,
what?
do those marriages exist anymore? That's beautiful.
I think they do.
I
We've
think
been
they
married
do.
21 years this year.
21 years this year, you know, and my only regret is I didn't meet her first time round.
First time round, yes.
But,
we
you know, what are you
both
gonna do?
we both learned a lot from our first marriage.
But it's all part of our life's lesson, and we thank those that delivered it to us, I guess.
In honesty, I think what kept my dad alive so long is he drank so much water.
Vitamin P, he called it.
He called it vitamin P, yeah. But he would drink, and probably
ton of
2
water.
gallons of water a day. And, you know, that happened because he worked on the state highway. He was out in nature.
Mm-hmm.
He was a highway foreman. And you had to drink or you'd be dehydrated, you know. Those aren't the 4 basic food groups. Well, they were to him. He'd have chocolate ice cream for dinner, and he would strain his coffee through a Cheez-It in the morning. He was just crazy.
I can't imagine that. Oh.
And I said to Anton, Anton never got to meet my mom, which was a shame. But he only knew my dad when my dad knew he was dying. And it did damper his personality a little bit. My father was
I can imagine
most
that.
hilarious. Oh, my God.
He
We
still
joked
had some
about
sharp,
vitamin.
witty moments.
Oh, vitamin P. He had more names for going to the bathroom than you could imagine. I'm going to take a French walk. Oui, oui. I mean, he was just really funny. But anyway, all of his life he drank so much water working outside, and he never stopped. But I think that's really flushed his system and helped him to, because he had bladder cancer, and then he had lung cancer, and then he had the other lung cancer, and then he finally died of pancreatic cancer.
Well, he did well. He did well, Hello, CS Wagas or Chiwagas, however you say that. I saw you said, can you ask a question? You can certainly ask a question, but we're not doing card readings today. But we're a very interactive show. We try to field questions from people if it's kind of meaningful or whatever. So, yeah, but this is a fantastic Friday, so we're continuing the weird story of us. And interesting enough, we're talking about our ancestors
today.
and parents and all that.
Never
fun
too
stuff.
old for another adventure. Absolutely true. And Shelley says, oh. And I said, yeah, Anton was saying that we had to buy my dad a cell phone.
Oh, God,
because
yeah.
he was taking these 3 or 4 old ladies to Matamoros, Pennsylvania, and all over the place to country and western music things.
I know the butt dialed freaked
Oh, my
you out
God.
a
One
bit.
morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, he butt dialed me. And I hear him having a coughing fit. Now, he had emphysema and lung cancer. And I have no idea where in the tri-state area he might be.
Yeah.
He could be
this
in
was before the
Connecticut.
GPS.
He could be in Connecticut. He could
Excuse
be
me.
in Jersey. He could be. I had no idea where he is, and he's just coughing and coughing and coughing, and I just kept saying, Dad, nothing, Poppy, nothing, and then I finally heard him start the car and start driving, and I thought, well, I guess his date is going to be great bill this month, but at least I know he's all right. But yeah, God only knows. We traded places. I used to lay awake at night waiting for him to come home.
Erin says, I love Thoughtful Thursday. Wait, it's Friday. Yes.
Friday is the story of us.
Friday is fantastic Friday. Thoughtful Thursday. We did a good one yesterday.
We did a good one yesterday.
Yeah, you were here yesterday. You were watching that. It's still pretty thoughtful. It is thoughtful. But, you know, thinking is one of those things people don't do enough of, to be honest.
Right.
You know, we seem to forget. We forget to wonder. And wonder is good. And yeah, I had immense admiration for him. For what he went through, your dad.
I would respond to Gilda by saying those marriages could exist if people learned to work with each other.
Partnership, yeah.
People have, you know, again, like I think we said this yesterday, a problem shared is a problem halved. If we are overwhelmed, instead of working separately, we'll work together on something, right? Like if we're out of time for whatever, we will pitch in and do the work together. You know, like, oh, you wash the dishes, I'll dry and put away. Oh, you vacuum, I'll dust, do this, whatever. So, and those are just household chores, but I think that flows over into everything.
Everything. I think we approach things very much together.
So,
sometimes not in exactly the same way.
True.
I know I infuriate you. We oppose each other so much in our charts. Well, it's ridiculous. So.
Aquarius, Leo. I have Cancer moon. He has Capricorn moon. You know, there's a lot of opposition, but we have the same goal. And I think the key to a happy marriage is love first and tolerance.
Never go to bed mad.
Never go to bed angry.
Yeah, stay up and fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay up and fight if you know you're right.
I jest.
No.
I jest.
Anyway.
But, yeah, no, it's amazing how much you get. I think what happens sometimes is that we lack a good sounding board. And communication is something you have to work on. You have to learn to speak your mind and speak your truth, and realize that in a relationship, you're not supposed to be subsumed by it. You know, like the blob of water being, you know, coalesced with another blob of water. You are still very much two individuals, and you have to respect somebody's individuality.
But
the way that but.
You're sharing a life. Yeah. There's a partnership. You're sharing a life. The marriage itself is kind of like you would be responsible for a child. You're responsible for the marriage. And my mom always said, marriages aren't necessarily 50-50. Sometimes they can be 90-10.
They can be.
But they always equal 100.
Yeah, that's what it is. Sometimes you got to help somebody sometimes. And I think all of us individually, if we lack that sounding board, we get pulled into our own problems, and we tend to kick out to the people who we're closest to.
Well, because you know they're going to tolerate it.
You just need a sounding board.
Right, and the key is not to take it personally. Like, okay.
But if it's about how do you not take it
I'm really
personally?
all upset because blah, 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 blah. So I have nobody I can yell at, so I'm going to yell around the house. And then if Anton took that personally, he'd be like, why are you yelling at me? But he knows I'm not yelling at him. I'm just yelling because I'm frustrated.
Unless you're yelling at me, which you do occasionally.
You idiot. Why are you doing it that way?
Sort of. So hello, Henry. And no hablo español, but I think that means greetings from Colombia or something like that.
There you go.
I think so. And yes, greetings to you also.
Listen, we better pull a card because we got to.
We got to go open again.
We got to open again.
Too bad our job sucks, eh?
Well, it's solstice night tonight, so we're going to have everybody.
That's why we're all sunny today. We're all sunny.
Honor the Sun King.
And on that, we get the Wheel of Fortune for today, and that's good. I like this card.
You know what? To me, this is like the ups and downs. Sometimes you're on top, sometimes you're on the bottom.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes people are trying to be a little bit devious and, you know, pull you off your track, but you always have the sort of control.
So my reading for you for today is, don't get spun out of control. Use what you know and what you've inherited and what you've learned to get back on top of things.
Exactly. And it's all about you, your story. And the open books are the big giveaway here. So, yeah, speak your truth. Yeah, absolutely. But do it with love and compassion. Absolutely. And I think when you do that, there's so much you can achieve. It's a wonderful card. I did not.
Okay.
See what I mean? See, being berated
Chastised.
yet again.
Yet again.
Chastised. She would have done it differently. Heather says there's a difference between venting and screaming at a person. Yes, there is. Yes,
That's
there
true.
is. There is. There's nothing to be gained from.
We have a lot of
screaming at
Leo
someone.
in our lives, though. He's Leo and I'm Leo rising, so we tend to be
You say that as if that's a bad thing.
vocal. Anyway, we'll see you for a box opening today.
Oh God, yeah.
Anton and I are both reading today, and then tonight is Alban Heffen, Summer
Heaven,
Solstice.
yeah.
So we got a full schedule.
It's a busy weekend. It's a busy weekend.
I had to cook last night for tonight's meal because...
Oh, we mustn't forget that.
All right.
We better take some food with us.
Listen, off we go. Have a fantastic Friday.
Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe, and tell your friends about us. We want to be less of a well-kept secret.
Thanks,
So
Savannah.
thank you
Thanks,
so
Shelley.
much. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Have a wonderful and beautiful